Connellsville Area High School presents Irving Berlin's White Christmas, live on stage at Connellsville Area High School, March 2nd through the 5th. This merry classic musical has dancing, laughter, romance, and some of the greatest songs ever written. For online tickets, go to connellsvillemusical.ludus.com or visit the ticket office at the high school. Don't miss White Christmas, live on stage at Connellsville Area High School.
I'm Chip Rome with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. For this episode, we are at the Connellsville Area High School, and with me is Michelle Harbaugh. Hello, Michelle.
Hi there, Chip. How are you today?
I am well. Good to be here with you.
Good to be here, too.
Yeah. Michelle is the producer and director for the musical at Connellsville Area High School. In addition to that, you are in charge of the choirs. What's your other title?
I am the choral director here.
Choral director. Excellent. So this year is show number 53 for Connellsville. What are you producing this year?
White Christmas.
White Christmas. Well, that's a big production.
It is.
Yeah. So long tradition here at the school district. Musicals have been around, as I said, for 53 years. So there's big expectations, I would imagine.
Absolutely. From the students, themselves even, they have big expectations for themselves.
Yeah, and they always fulfill those,
Yes.
which is a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the third director.
Yes.
In 53 years, which is kind of amazing. Someone one day said that's kind of like the Steelers. They've only had 3 coaches.
I heard that, yeah.
Yes. So tell us the dates for White Christmas.
White Christmas is March 2nd through the 5th. And Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, the shows are at 7 o'clock. And then Sunday afternoon is a matinee at 2 o'clock.
Yeah. And tickets are available now.
They are at the ticket booth at the high school on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 o'clock until 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to noon. And if people want to stop in and get a ticket, they can just come to the entrance where the flag is, the visitor center, and come into the ticket booth there. Like I said, that's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But we also have tickets for sale online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at connellsvillemusical.ludus.com. So it's connellsvillemusical.ludus.com. And you don't have to put a www in front of that or anything, just connellsvillemusical.ludus.com, and they can purchase their tickets right there.
Yeah. Why White Christmas? Why did you pick this show?
I chose White Christmas because I thought we had the students that would fit these parts.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of students that have that traditional sounding voice this year. We have some tap dancers this year as well, which is pleasant. I love having the tap.
Yeah.
And we have some kids who were just interested in tap. They didn't have a lot of skill, but they said, we want to try it.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited about that. I think the dance is, this is an 80% dance show.
Yeah.
So I think people who love dance will love coming out to see that. So we have kids just with the talents that we need. And that's what I always look at when I'm picking a show. Do we have the students to do what we need to have done?
Right.
Can we showcase those students' talents in a positive way?
Yeah. Now, this show is based on the 1954 classic musical that featured Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. And when was this made into a musical for on the stage and actually for high schools? I guess is the biggest thing.
So it was on Broadway in 2008 and 2009. It was actually at the Marquee Theater, which is that large theater right in Times Square. And they ran it for a few months in 2008. Then they ran it for a few months in 2009. Then it went on a national tour.
Okay.
And then for high schools, I know a few high schools in the area that have done it. One of them did it, I think, 6 years ago, and then another one did it about 5 years ago. There could be others, but those are the 2 that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the rights, if they withdrew them for high schools and then gave them again. But I do know that it took a long time for us to get that approved through the rights company this year.
Yeah.
I was waiting and waiting and waiting and thinking, oh, gracious, I hope this gets approved through the rights company, because if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do, you
Yeah.
know.
And that's always a challenge, I would imagine. So you're looking at your cast, who you have available and their talents and their skills, and then you're trying to figure out what shows are available and if you can get them. So that's kind of challenging, I would imagine.
It is.
Yeah. How many students participate, like cast and crew? I know it's a large number.
I knew this question was coming, so I counted.
Okay, thank you.
We have about 120. That's in all the crews, the orchestra, and the cast.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
It
Yeah, it
is.
takes a lot of people.
And that doesn't include the National Honor Society, who helps us with concessions. So there are more
Yeah,
there.
even more than that. That's amazing. Um, So in addition to you, and we're going to talk to a couple other staff, and I know there's a team that helps you to pull this off. You can't do this yourself, and you need lots of help. You want to talk a little bit about what happens with that?
Sure. We have choreographers. As I said, there's a lot of dance in this show, so we have multiple choreographers. Some are assistants, and we have two technical directors who work with carpenters and work with the kids. And we have some teachers that also step in there and work with the kids on the set crew. We have people selling tickets for us. We have folks that are chaperones. I try to make sure everything's secure when the kids are here. So I have some chaperones that come in to help. I just have scads of people doing costumes, etc. We have a large staff. We have a lot of people that want to help out, and we try to get everybody involved that wants to be involved. If parents want to be involved, we get them involved. We have folks providing the meals for the kids. And for those long nights that we stay, they're not super long nights, usually till 7, maybe 8 o'clock. We have the kids all eat together. They have a community meal together, and Mrs. Huffman coordinates that. And we have a lot of businesses in town that help out with those meals. So it's just everybody working together to make it happen.
Yeah, it's kind of a community effort
It
too.
is,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
great to see. And I know the end result's wonderful. So you mentioned about the tap. So you said there's a lot of tap dancing in this. So I think we're going to talk to Debbie Luxa, who is is the choreographer, the lead choreographer, and she can talk a little bit about that. Anything else you want to share?
That's about it,
Yeah,
Chip.
if you don't mind, share the dates again.
Sure. March 2nd through the 5th. 7 o'clock in the evening on that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon is the matinee. And I will say that the tickets are going pretty quickly. I mean,
saw that tonight. I actually got some tickets while I was here, and they are moving.
so that's pretty exciting. And,
Yeah.
we did do a few performances just yesterday for the hospital club, and there was a nice group of women out from the hospital club, and they seemed to enjoy it, and the kids enjoyed performing for them. So that was exciting too, to get the kids out and see the community start to get excited about
And
it.
they're on the front page of the Daily Courier today.
I saw that.
Yeah, and you usually come to the Rotary Club and do a performance.
will.
That's probably coming up soon. So,
Yes.
well, Michelle, thank you for your work. Thank you for continuing the tradition.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Yeah, and we're going to cut away to talk to Debbie. I'm here with Debbie Luxa. Hello, Debbie.
Hi, Chip. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too. And Debbie is the head choreographer for White Christmas here at the CHS
I am.
for the 53rd musical.
Oh, too many.
Yeah. And speaking of that, you've been helping for a while
Oh,
with these
wow.
musicals.
Yes, I think I started with Mr. Stutzman way back for Titanic. I was a little dance coach then.
Okay.
And then moved on with Nancy Nestor. I don't know if you remember
I do remember Nancy very
what
well.
a great, I learned a ton of stuff about high school musical choreography from her. And I'm still here today.
Yeah, that's wonderful. You were a teacher here at the high school.
Yes, I've retired. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
out a year.
Yeah, well, good for
so,
you. And
yeah,
it's nice you're
awesome.
still helping.
Still helping, still subbing every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
I
great.
wanna leave.
Yeah, yeah. Now, in addition to choreography, there's some other things you help with, kind of like behind the scenes with the
Yeah,
show
I'm
too.
kind of Mrs. Harbaugh's, I want to say, production assistant. I do things, take responsibility for the cast when she's not here and run some scenes for her and, get stuff for the refreshment stand and order our little souvenir mugs, things like that.
Just
that-
details that need
yes,
to be taken care of.
that she doesn't have time
That's
to
great.
do.
Well, it's a big production. Takes a lot of hands.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Now, I had the pleasure of being here with David a few weeks ago, maybe a
yeah.
week ago at this
That
point.
was fun.
And we got to shoot a commercial that the folks are going to be seeing. So we got to see some like behind the scenes and early things. And I got to see some of the dance, which is amazing. So
Well, thank you.
what's unique about White Christmas, the dance for White Christmas?
Well, we have a lot of tap. I would say probably 50 to 60% of the show is tap.
Okay.
Although the numbers that are tap have other dances in it also. Other students who are not tappers are behind and adding some flavor to it, adding some soft shoes. So it's interesting, the mix that we have in White Christmas.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Challenges that you have with this show?
Wow. Yeah, there are the dance ensemble numbers are very large, where there's no vocals, no singing, no lines, and just a lot of, Bailey back there shaking her head, a lot of dancing that we have to put into it. And making up different steps that everybody's comfortable with is a challenge with this musical.
That would be a challenge.
It's not usually like that. Most of them have a lot of vocal lines that we can react to, but it's just the orchestra and us.
Yeah. Now, I got to see some of the dance numbers, some pieces of those. They look great, by the way, so
thank you.
good job with that. But there's 2 numbers that have big dance.
Yeah, we have the combined number. That's the opening number. It's a Happy Holidays and Let Yourself Go,
Okay.
which we have a bunch of tappers out in front, and they kind of control that scene. And then we have the non-tappers, that accent them. And then we also have I Love a Piano, where we're going to bring out a piano. Don't want to give too much, but we're going to have the leads and our dance captains, focused on tap around the piano, on the piano. And then our tappers enjoying the front, and then our non-tappers, again, addressing the sides.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Now, you have a mix of cast that have experience and some that don't. So some have taken, like, dance lessons.
Dance, yes.
And some, this is their exposure to dance.
We have our dance captains, per se, have danced probably since they were 3 and are dancing now. But some of the students have quit dance and are here, or the ones that are really dancing aren't here. So we have a mix of advanced and beginners. And we take them all, and we teach them according to their level, and they really end up looking quite nice out there.
Yeah, that's what we saw the other night. They look nice already, and
Thank
you're not done practicing.
No, we have a long way to go. Trust me.
So the process of teaching a dance number, so you said some of these numbers are really big. So how do you break that down for them? What do you do in that process?
Normally, and I think I confuse the cast sometimes, I start near the end, the middle towards the end, and we get all that big stuff out of the way because there's that big push, that big button on the end where we get their applause. And then the beginnings usually start out a little more basic. So I think, well, if they can do the end and we can use that again somewhere else, that's fantastic. The beginning is easy to do.
So you kind of fill that in?
Yep, we fill that in, and by then I know what the kids are doing and who can, lead
Yeah.
for the beginning.
And you're not the only one teaching dance. So you have a couple helpers, I know.
No, I've had Lauren Gross with me for like 15 years.
Okay.
She's been helping. She's the assistant choreographer. And my daughter Jenna is also helping, and she's kind of like the tap specialist this year. So Lauren, is the very creative end of it, and she comes up with the jazz kind of steps, the acro, the more advanced things. And Jenna's tap, it's her.
Yeah.
And me, I create, I guess.
That's good. And you've done that for a long time, and
Yes.
you've done a great job with that, too. And I'm sure you've learned over the years,
Oh my
too.
gosh, yes,
Yeah.
we all have. I think I learned from Jenna, I learned from Lauren, and they learned from me.
Yeah, and mentioning Nancy Nestor, I remember Nancy from back
Oh my
way.
goodness,
That was
that's where I started with her,
Yeah.
and she was such a great teacher, such a great lady, and I think all the things that I put into these musicals now are from her.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
great.
nice to think
Yeah.
of her.
I took tap dance lessons.
No, you
yes,
didn't,
I did. When I
Jeff.
was
Come
very young, I
on.
still have my tap shoes at home. They don't fit anymore.
You wanna
Or
do a
I'd have brought-
solo?
I would like to learn a tap step here.
Okay.
And want to see how good you folks are at teaching
And then
people.
we'll put you in at the end.
That's right. I'll be the big finale.
Yes,
Yeah,
you will be.
yeah.
Well, I brought one of our dance captains with me. It's
Okay.
Bailey Trainer.
Hello, Bailey.
Bailey's
Come on
gonna come
over.
over, and she's going to teach Chip how
Hello,
to do
Bailey.
the buffalo.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, so you're one of our dance captains here.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. And you have a couple other helpers that are dance captains too, don't you?
Yes, my friend Marissa White and Sophia Hamilton.
Okay, that's great. Well, what are you going to teach me?
I'm going to teach you how to buffalo.
How to buffalo. We're going to shuffle off the buffalo, is that right? Yeah, something like that. Will you hold my notes, please?
I will.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with our right leg up.
Okay,
We're going to jump on the right leg, shuffle your left, and jump back on the left.
okay.
And then jump, shuffle, jump. Jump, shuffle, jump. A little faster. Jump, shuffle, jump. Jump, shuffle, jump.
I bet I can do that.
Yep.
Yeah, let me try. Stand back.
Here we go.
Ready? Something like that?
Yeah. You got it.
There we go, folks. $10 a ticket. You can see this too. And now you're in the know.
Connellsville Area High School presents Irving Berlin's White Christmas, live on stage at Connellsville Area High School, March 2nd through the 5th. This merry classic musical has dancing, laughter, romance, and some of the greatest songs ever written. For online tickets, go to connellsvillemusical.ludus.com or visit the ticket office at the high school. Don't miss White Christmas, live on stage at Connellsville Area High School.